Hello, and I hope you're well this morning, or whatever it is for you when you're watching this video. I've often been asked how this all started, how I started helping people against the banks, and how I became involved. And the answer is this. I had a friend who knew somebody that was in trouble with the banks, and they told them that I would be sympathetic. He said, I'm not scared to stand up against injustice and evil in society, and it is evil, and that I'd be surprised and interested in the case. So that the person came to see me, and I didn't believe them. They told me that the bank was trying to sell the house under circumstances that I thought that the banks would never do that, because coming from Britain, where which certainly doesn't have ideal banks, but the banks are not as bad as the ones here. And I thought, why would a bank do that? It's irrational. The bank has no interest. And I still don't know why the banks try and sell people's houses as frequently and as for little as they do, because it's not common around the world. I've now done a PhD in this subject. And I know that the rest of the world is not doing what we're doing here, not to the same degree. Even the terrible banks that you hear of from the American financial crisis that you think, oh, these guys should have gone to prison, even they don't sell people's houses for much less than they're worth, and for not as a last resort to the same degree that we do. And the answer is that they've got better laws. They've got laws that restrain the banks better. And I've become convinced that our banks in this country, our big four banks, or five or six, will not stop doing bad things until we have new laws, or until they have been punished with a class action that makes people, makes them think twice, we mustn't do these things. Many times, whenever they've had a case that's come before the Constitutional Court, or whatever, the Rules Board inquiry, they've always opposed it. They never say, yes, this is a bit irrational, what we're doing, this doesn't really help us, but it really punishes our clients. They don't do that. They just keep going the way they've always gone. Why? Is it corruption? It's very difficult to tell. Are they selling it to people connected to the bank? There would need to be a major criminal investigation, although I think there should be one, to discern that. Or are they just careless? Are they just negligent? They just don't care. There's so few of the number of the mortgages, bonds that they have that go bad, that they just don't care. They just want to get out of the road, and they have no concern for the client whatsoever. I think it's probably mostly that. But it could be corruption, we won't know. So then I had more and more people coming to see me, and eventually I realised, yes, this is something that's happening in this country, and this is something that I could address. And then I started seeing people for free at the beginning, and I learned a lot through that process, and I helped a lot of people. And I met more than 2,000 people doing that, and I realised that something really bad was going on in South Africa.